Hello everyone and welcome back to Two Bros Game Night. I'm your host, Older Bro.
I'm your other host, Younger Bro.
And today we continue in Danganronpa, where where we saw the layout of Hope's Peak Academy.
Yay!
Last time.
Anyway, I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile. And that key.
And that other key, because I also found a key that can
And
open
more
any room
keys.
in the entire school.
Oh, key.
Yeah.
The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for facility
Faculty.
use.
Basically, it's all the professors'
Yeah,
rooms. Also, I would
Faculty.
like to point out something. The report card does not show our last character. Like the 16th student. Not
No,
in here.
no.
Even though we found all that information out about her.
Yeah.
She's still not in here.
Yet. Maybe maybe her profile becomes available after chapter 4.
In chapter 6. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from
Time to time.
time to time.
You know, some schools actually have the staff live on campus.
That's actually a thing. So
Like,
so that old rumor about, oh yeah, teachers just live at school. No, that can actually be a thing in colleges.
at some college, it's very rare, but there are some colleges where the staff can live on campus. They don't have to. Most
Oh.
don't. But they, like, they're obviously, all schools have, like, all colleges have, like, dorm, like, people who live in the dorms and manage the students.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, sometimes the faculty will also live on campus, but it's not that common.
And I figured that the headmaster would have some kind of private room there.
Yeah, and how'd that go?
I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold some more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room.
Yeah. So you went there to see if the headmaster really had a private room.
Yeah, there is a private room, the Monokuma door.
Well, yeah, but that's not the headmaster.
I know.
Anyways.
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors.
So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean.
It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined.
What do you mean?
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough.
It sounds like it must be important and really ominous. And
I
let's talk to her again.
want to bet there's gonna be more rooms with crime scenes.
Mhm.
I'm gonna bet that.
Anyways, she just repeated the first line again.
What's going on? I don't remember the line.
My god.
If I repeated it, why read it again?
Because you're clearly not gonna read this line otherwise.
Anyway, of course, once I got to the second floor, there were no cameras and no monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building.
It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her, and I know it wasn't you either.
I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so who killed her?
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed.
Yeah. Get you killed?
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
correct.
That was the point of the class trial.
It was?
The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly.
Which is why they interfered directly by killing
Yeah.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Yep.
So, why not just directly kill... Whatever. You mean because of the school regulations?
Exactly.
Yeah, with minimal restrictions, you're free to explore at your discretion. Which means that... Because here's the problem. She didn't violate a school rule by going into the headmaster's office.
No.
The door was open. Somebody else broke it, but they already had died.
Yeah.
So she was allowed in there. she's allowed to take whatever the fuck she wants from rooms.
Yeah.
So therefore, she didn't break any rules.
Yeah.
By
Explain
doing
to
anything.
me what rule I broke.
Exactly. But they don't want any of the students to know that stuff, so they had to kill her.
Or try to kill her.
Yeah. But they knew that no one was going to make a move against Kyoko.
Nope.
Because she's Kyoko. Everyone loves her. So they had to have some way of getting her to kill someone. But they didn't have that either.
Yep.
So they faked or caused a death that would get her implicated.
In other words,
Mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they can't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it.
Yeah, but see, here's the problem. Doesn't that also violate the school rules, in a sense? Not the written rules, but the ones...
For the class trial?
the ones that specifically Monokuma talked about. Because he's specifically said he won't interfere.
Yeah.
And he's also specifically said how the class trials work is that if the blackened, succeeds, everyone else dies.
Yeah.
If the blackened dies, everyone else lives.
Honestly, this is why I think it is. If the blackened wins, they don't actually leave. They get killed by Monokuma.
I don't know. But the point is that this trial was clearly a fake trial to begin with.
Yeah.
The Mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the Mastermind themselves is somehow bound to the school regulations.
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
What's that?
There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto.
I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Do you mean that point when I was ultra violently ill and
Yeah.
about got stabbed?
I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of God of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What? I can hear the God of Death as he moves.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to step 1,000 miles away
You can
from.
say I'm related to the Grim Reaper.
Look, I'm gonna need you to step back and stop sounding like Yasuhiro out there.
That ability naturally draws me into cases just like
Anyway,
This.
yeah, this, which is exactly what happened to you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
And and the thing was that because that was the Mastermind.
Yeah.
Well, because that was Mukuro, and because here's the weird thing. This, like I said, I think this Monokuma is the actual Monokuma. He doesn't need a Mastermind. He is Monokuma. The others were robots.
Yeah.
Controlled by the Mastermind, who was the person who just died.
And Monokuma has been taking Beerus level naps all this time.
Yes, effectively. That's why they still didn't know where Kyoko was.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
however,
That wasn't the end of the things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead. Or at least I think who they have.
Yeah, well that's the thing. Again,
Yeah.
for all we know, that's also a plot.
Yeah.
We never saw their face. Again,
Exactly.
I joked that oh, it could have just been Junko, but yeah, what if they just took her body, put the cloak on it, stabbed it, put that tattoo on its hand, then exploded it so you couldn't check who it was?
And their murderer was disguised.
The murder.
And the murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to do. It all has to be the work of the mastermind. And
Dude, those letters aren't even in the word B!
to use the class trial to eliminate me.
So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
I don't have conclusive evidence, but what I think
That's
but that's what I think.
Yeah. But
Sorry,
that's
it's
really
very hard to read with the mic in the way.
Yeah. Look, guys, we're doing the best we can with this mic, but unfortunately, we can't really do anything about it. Oh, damn it! I didn't actually read that. Your system.
Yes,
transcript.
regulations.
Yeah, it's a regulation. But that's really bad if true. That means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they really feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere.
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction, and it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction.
So what does it all mean?
It means the mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more. And I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the ultimate despair.
The other ultimate despair.
The other ultimate
But the
despair.
first one wasn't the ultimate despair! The other?
There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair. And that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person.
It's not? Also, but her file said that it was whatever.
What if they're twins?
She was in Soldier!
What? Twins. If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to
Implicate.
whoever caused that event.
You're talking about what happened a year ago.
What happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
The tragedy. Whoever is responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
That
Despicable.
despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Then they're...
Make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. Chapter 5.
Finally! So I guess... So wait, Fenrir? I guess? I doubt it's Fenrir, but...
It would be a wolf man.
Also, wait, they took her back off. They fake added her in last chapter to 7 question mark, and then just was like, no, it's 6. Also, we're not going to talk about it. The Dream Island rocket. Do you want to say
5 alive?
5 alive, but there's clearly 6 alive, and also Kyoko's down here, so that makes 4 whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Fuck it. We're gonna save down here now. The Ultimate Despair, a group of people who caused the tragedy a year ago. The same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That's the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has been revealed, even though it's not been revealed. But right now...
Anyway.
Right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after.
Yeah, you're right. So, want to open the door with your infinity key?
Yeah.
Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it.
Wait, this actually is just the master key?
Yeah,
And it can open any school in the door in the school, right?
that's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out.
Okay, I didn't actually know.
It
Kyoko
doesn't
took
work.
out the key with the Monokuma design and slid it into the keyhole, and then...
Never mind.
Yeah, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go.
Sounds good.
Pokemon.
We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. So they're actually... Wait a minute. So that's the interesting thing. According to Monokuma, that plant can eat people, garbage of all kinds. So why is there any garbage?
Yeah.
So he's a liar. Well, I mean, we already knew that, but finally! We're finally free! But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6! Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death.
Oh.
And now everyone's here. That's concerning. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There's a metal ladder leading up into a tunnel. We climbed the ladder intent on reaching the surface.
God damn, they had to blacken it out.
Damn it! Kyoko, why aren't you in top? The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. Even though it's like super light in this image, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. See, like I was saying, the entire school's underground.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you.
Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will keep my mind out of it. Or off it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So, how long have you been doing detective work?
How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood.
So, her last name is Holmes. No, wait, it's Kirigiri. God damn it.
There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way.
And is your family famous?
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us.
But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So, oh wait, you're like the you're like those one guys. What the
People
fuck's
on
their name?
Dateline.
No, they're like the people who steal Dracula.
Oh.
They're that family. The family no one remembers.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Right.
Because we take pride in it.
Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why I'm boring. We made conscious effort to conceal our existence.
Well, you clearly have revealed yourself to me. A conscious effort.
That's true.
Sorry, maybe I should have worn pants. He's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational.
No, I wasn't talking about you. I'm above you.
But it's our family creed. Oh god, I play too much Assassin's Creed, and we do what we must to protect it.
Yeah, see, look, that's another case. The Templars. You're a Templar. You're a detective Templar.
We must use protect. Go Metapod. Because,
Oh my
like I
god,
said,
he doesn't
it's
know
our switch
protect!
of
He just
pride.
knows harden! Now is not the time to make sex jokes when we're on a ladder!
Did you wear yours?
Fuck you. No lines for you. Pride?
That's the
So
idea.
that
I thought.
explains. Before I came here, I was looking up info on the school. I never saw anything about her. She hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride.
Huh?
In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do.
But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you go so far to enter Hope's Peak, is because of how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father.
Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all these years, right? You
I
wouldn't
want
have
to
had
bring
so much.
him in.
You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk about with my father.
However...
There is something I want to say to him, though.
What?
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face.
What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him.
I'm pretty sure you'd already done that. Like, you didn't have any ties to sever, right?
The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I can't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family.
Yeah, it sounds like you already severed all the ties. Whatever.
Yeah, not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away.
But he'd already cut ties with the family. He didn't have to run away. He was already not... Whatever.
Look, girl, it's called a divorce.
Yeah, whatever.
He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind.
I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective.
I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression or her panties. So I couldn't tell how she looked when she said that, how she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was much more talkative and more emotional.
I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive.
Really?
so
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind, like I said. I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it.
Oh, so you're gonna kill him?
I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his
Correct.
shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him where we're no longer family, in order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago.
But your family, to cut him out just like that.
wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Honestly, I'm more connected to you than my father. I'm more connected to Byakuya than my father.
And that's saying something.
I'm pretty sure I'm more connected to Alter Ego than my father.
Hey,
Shall I keep going?
I could list everyone in the school. In fact, I could probably list everyone on this in the country of Japan.
In fact, I can list everyone on Earth. Is blood really enough to call someone family?
Only connect to my blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say
It
something
was
like
so
that.
hot to
Yeah.
hear her say something. I'm getting turned on by your soullessness. Baby, keep spirit.
I mean, let's be
spewing out your
honest.
soul.
He has to go off with her to join the Kirigiri family. So clearly, I'm so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond, so instead, I said nothing.
Shots fired.
I just kept climbing the ladder in silence, and after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. My God! Please tell me you're still behind me. This cutscene's not
Wait
giving
a
me
minute. I think I know what this is.
Looks like this is it.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us.
We're back?
that's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room?
Wow.
Yep. I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble.
But there's cameras in here, right?
Yes.
So they'll see when they get here. How the hell's that gonna work?
So someone's waiting for you, probably.
Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened, and so...
Oh.
Looks like we're back.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted.
I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out. Now that we're back in Hope's Peak. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out there without you.
No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor.
But I'm thanking you anyways.
So thank you.
Yeah, that's the question. Is he watching us even now? So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the Mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you two. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried?
Yeah, of course.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping.
There absolutely is, right? Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time until they find out, and it's not like we can run away.
As she said that, she was pointing to a nearby surveillance camera. Just saying, rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now?
Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the Mastermind is the one that's ensnared.
The Mastermind's ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
The Mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down.
There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'd be better for all of us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations.
I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Monokuma should be in the
Shall we
gym.
go?
Let's get going.
Okay. You got it, Bae.
Alright, this is a game of chess. Let's see who wins.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I have a warp to the gym.
It's a warp pad!
More importantly, where the hell is everybody else?
Probably best not to think about that right now.
But I demand to think about it right now.
This ain't no
They're
thinking
filling out
thing.
the rooms, so here we go.
Oh God, you're still alive!
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much, but Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will he do?
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko?
Do you do whatever you feel you have to?
What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh? I lose? You explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to
in other words,
cut me loose.
Kill me.
Either or. I suppose to be chosen as a Blackened and then executed, right?
Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan
plan.
came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed,
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
however,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery.
Alter ego's the best.
You never imagined that the possibility of being that could come to our aid even after you killed it. Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did.
listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto, and you can prove this, right?
No, I can't.
Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make
Yes.
such bold claims without a shred of evidence? I don't accept this. Everybody's going on commercial. In fact, we're ending the episode here. Go home, that's all.